Hey guys, my name is Bettina Ray. Welcome to this 5-minute Monday mini where I'm going to attempt to answer your questions, talk about all the things that I want to in less than 5 minutes. So each week we'll talk about a different topic, and I'd love to ask if you enjoy what I share here, please share it with your friends, like, subscribe, do all of the things. I really appreciate it. Let's get into today's topic. So today I want to talk to you about creating a morning routine that's going to set you up for a really good day. And I want to talk about this because, you know what? I resisted the morning routine for a very long time. I kept telling myself I couldn't get out of bed early because I don't have a full night's sleep anyway, so I need that extra hour of sleep. I told myself that my kids need me first up in the morning, so I can't do anything. I told myself a whole bunch of excuses basically, but the reality was what I would do is roll out of bed, pour myself a cup of coffee, get on my phone and lose myself into the vortex of Facebook and Instagram. Not really a great way to start the day, set me up for constant checking of my phone all day, and I really just didn't feel good doing it. So I'm happy to share that I finally called bullshit on my own excuses, and I've been having a morning routine for the last probably 3 months now, and it has completely changed my days. So a morning routine can involve whatever you want. Don't look for the perfect morning routine. Don't think that it has to be exactly the same every day, especially if you've got kids, because it's likely not going to be the same every day. You can still have kind of like a core couple of things that you feel that make you feel the best that you can do so that you're getting up and doing something for you rather than reaching for the phone, which I'd like to argue doesn't set you up for a good day. So while there's no perfect morning routine, I'm just going to share a few things that I do. And again, I don't do these every day, but there's always a core kind of combination of things that happen. And I know when I don't do it, like the days that I get out of bed and have to go teach yoga straight away and I don't make that time to do what I need, my day doesn't go as well and I don't feel as good about my day. So it really does help. All right, so first up, when I get out of bed, I make sure I go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, wet my face, or have a shower. So something to kind of like get you feeling alive. All right, so then the second thing I do is I drink a big glass of water, and this is one I really had to train myself to do. I don't actually enjoy water first up in the morning, but the more I do it, the more I start to crave it. So see if you can try and get that little bit of extra water in. And then if you have a really busy day and you haven't remembered to drink enough water, at least you've had that big glass first up in the morning. I then make myself a cup of tea because I just like tea and I like drinking it while I do all the other things. And then I get my journal out and I drink my tea while I write in my journal. This is another one that I resisted for a long time. People call them morning pages. Basically, it's just written diarrhea of all the things that are going on in your brain, and you put it on paper so you can get it out of your head and you don't have to think about it anymore. For me, it also just kind of like, when I've got a billion things going on in my brain, it kind of just like puts them into a nice little package and makes them make more sense. There's something about forming words and then writing them down that helps all the jumble make much more sense. So journaling for me is something I've been doing every morning and it makes a huge difference. All right, so the next thing you might want to include is some movement. So for me, it depends on whether I've got yoga later on in the day, whether I'm teaching a class, whether I'm going to a class, what I'm doing, as to whether I'll include it first up. But if I don't have any of those things on during the day, I'll definitely do at least 10 minutes first up in the morning. So after a yoga practice, I'll then usually include a meditation. And now I know you're starting to feel like, oh my God, how do you have time for all this in the morning? But I'm talking like literally, I'll journal for 5 minutes. I'll move for 10 minutes. I'll meditate for 5 minutes. These aren't prolonged, drawn out things. I don't have time for that. My kids are usually up by 5 o'clock anyway. While this is happening, I've usually got one of them on an iPad just to give me half an hour of time. It doesn't have to look like you probably imagine this long, hour-long routine. It's just a few simple little steps to make you feel good. The next thing I usually do is I make myself some breakfast. By this point, my kids are usually up and I've made them breakfast. And while I'm having breakfast, I try and read a book because I love reading, and for some reason it's the last thing I end up doing. So if I can try and put it into my morning routine, even if I only get through 3 pages, I feel like I'm making some progress and it makes me feel good. I've read something enjoyable. It's something I like doing. The last thing I do in my morning routine is I just write a quick little list of 3 things that I'm going to do that day and that I want to get done. So it kind of helps me focus on, if nothing else gets done today, what are the 3 things that have to get done? But if I only get those 3 things done, I still feel good. I feel like I accomplished what I wanted to that day. Because sometimes it's all the things that make me feel overwhelmed. There are so many things to do, I don't know where to start. So just narrowing it down to 3 things makes it really clear for me and means that I don't seek distraction and go straight to my phone rather than dealing with all the stuff. So I hope that helps to give you an idea of how you can create a little bit of a morning routine in your life. Remember, it doesn't have to look the same every day. You just need to decide what it is that you need each morning. So for me, I need stillness, movement, I need some journaling to kind of get all the mental clutter out of my brain and onto some paper. But you need to decide what works for you. Your morning routine might simply be having a cup of coffee outside in the sunshine for 5 minutes before anyone wakes. That might be it. Just that moment of alone time might be enough to set you up for a great day. So you need to decide what works for you. We often talk about these little tips and tricks and mum hacks over in my online yoga circle. So if you'd like to join that Facebook group, head on over and join us now. We'd love to see you there. Otherwise, have a beautiful week and namaste.